What if I told you that you just have to use a secret that Joaquin Phoenix, Leonardo DiCaprio and George Clooney use all the time, and you can manifest so much money that you can easily become a millionaire? And no, you don't have to become a professional actor. Well, maybe you kind of do. And that's why in today's video I'm going to reveal how to use Neville Goddard's self-concept to go from just getting by to becoming a millionaire, what acting technique has completely transformed my life and bank account statement, what 95% of people get completely wrong about creating a millionaire self-concept, and that's why they stay poor, and the number one aspect of creating your millionaire self-concept that nobody ever thinks of, and it's absolutely crucial. And keep in mind that all the individual techniques that I share with you in this video are interconnected, just like a chain, and if you miss out on only one of these techniques, the chain could break, which could stop you from becoming wealthy through the art of manifesting. Because in your faith is your fortune, Neville Goddard says, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. And when I first read these words, I thought to myself, okay, they sound kind of nice, but I didn't really get the whole meaning of this point until eventually I had this realization. In fact, I had this mind-blowing boom moment of enlightenment where I suddenly realized why so many people who are working on their self-concept and stepping in their self-concept and trying to manifest with their self-concept never achieve what they want to achieve. And it has everything to do with this. Your self-concept is about how you view yourself, how you view others, and how you view the world around you. It's not just about you. And that's where a lot of people stop. When somebody wants to manifest money, they want to become wealthy, they want to become financially free, and they create their self-concept, if they do it at all, then they ask themselves, who am I? And what do I do as my future self? And then they step into the imaginal act without ever asking themselves, what do I think and believe and feel about others and about the world around you? Because you can think I am rich all day long. If you look at somebody else who owns an amazing sports car, and yes, this is a beautiful drawing of an amazing sports car, then you will always stay connected to poverty, to lack, to scarcity, because this amazing sports car and the person who manifested it is a sign of abundance. And by you then saying you suck and oh, you stupid, rich, beep, 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 you are disconnecting yourself from the energy of abundance. So please allow me to give you some practical examples of the right self-concept of a millionaire who can then become a millionaire. Would a millionaire react jealous or envious when they see somebody with a sports car? Of course not. A wealthy and abundant person would look at them and say, good for them, I can buy the same car. Would a millionaire look at the economy and say to himself or herself, oh, the economy is struggling, everything is going downhill, forget about it, I have no chance? Or would a millionaire say, you know what, the economy might be struggling right now, but I can be prosperous. There is an opportunity in this time. In fact, there are so many opportunities for me, I just have to grab them. And yes, I have to admit it, at the beginning of my spiritual journey in the year 2020, I reacted like this. The world was in lockdown and every business was struggling. Everybody was talking about how everything goes downhill. And I was like, I am beep. But then the universe spoke to me and said, no, you are not. And I started manifesting. I immersed myself in the imaginal act and the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I meditated, I affirmed, and the universe sent me the bridge of incidents. During this time, my income first doubled, then tripled, then quadrupled, and at some point even 10x. Then nowadays, I've 20x'd my income from making less than $1,000 back then to now making well over $20,000. And the reason is because the universe built this beautiful bridge of incidents for me with the signs, with the synchronicities, with the right meetings that then led to me becoming abundant. And Neville Goddard said it like this: health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind, that is, by your concept of yourself. And your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. And according to scientific research, we think approximately 60,000 thoughts every day, and 75% of them, according to scientific studies, are negative, and 95% of them are repetitive, which means you think the same negative thoughts over and over again, and that is just the average. I mean, when I think back to the time when I had my spiritual awakening, I can confidently say that from my 60,000 thoughts, 99% of them were negative, and most likely way more than 90% or way more than 95% were repetitive. In fact, in the beginning, I didn't even want to have a close look at my brain. I was like, just put it out there. I don't want it anymore. I wanted to throw my brain away because I thought so many limiting and negative thoughts. I mean, the only reaction I had back then when I looked in the mirror was this. This was a horror movie for me. And yes, this is a shocked face. I tried my best to draw it. I was just like, ah! I mean, in the beginning of my journey, my self-concept made it absolutely impossible for me to manifest any significant amount of money. In fact, it made it impossible for me to manifest any insignificant amount of money, to manifest money at all. And the universe was looking down on me, saying, son, oh son, oh son, you have the self-concept of somebody who can't even afford 3 chicken nuggets. How do you want to become successful? And in the same way as the universe knew that I had some work to do, thankfully I then also admitted to myself that I have some work to do. And yes, I did the work. I put myself on the exact type of diet that Neville Goddard describes in Be What You Wish. If we do not like what is happening to us, it is a sure sign that we are in need of a change of mental diet. For man, we are told, lives not by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. And having discovered the mouth of God to be the mind of man, a mind which lives on words or inner talking, we should feed into our minds only loving, noble thoughts. So yes, with 60,000 thoughts floating around in your brain, some of them abundant, a lot of them might be not that abundant, a mental diet is absolutely necessary. So choose your thoughts wisely and then follow this earth-shattering, mind-blowing, planet-destroying principle of repetition, repetition, repetition. Because repeating all day long, I am wealthy, or I make X amount of dollars each month, or I'm a millionaire, will be way more beneficial for you to then reach this point of actually being a millionaire than unconsciously, without even knowing, repeating all day long, I am poor, I am not worthy, I am not good enough. And this is something that you actively have to do throughout the day. Have you ever wondered what would happen to your bank account if you felt like a millionaire every single day? And I'm right in the middle of this experiment, and I always want to be 100% honest with you. I am not a millionaire yet in my physical reality, but I know that I will be, because in my physical reality, I am already halfway there. And I just know that by me adapting this self-concept of I am a millionaire, acting like it, feeling like it, thinking like it, I will be a millionaire. This is what brought me to the point where I now have $500,000 in my bank account, and I know that I can become a millionaire if I just follow this path. So yes, I'm halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway there, whoa, living on a prayer. But how can you truly harness the power of emotions to create your millionaire self-concept? Well, a lot of different paths are leading us to the holy currywurst, or however that saying goes. Here are some of the things you can do to achieve exactly that. You can use deep meditations to feel yourself into the state of being rich and wealthy and of being a millionaire. And you can also use affirmations in which you repeat this state over and over again. So comment down below, I am a millionaire. Comment down below, I am a millionaire, to let the universe know that you are serious about it. And speaking of being serious, like a good German, you can also express your self-concept with your body through movement, through changing your body language, through adjusting your body in a way where you feel more powerful, you feel more abundant, and on top of that, you can work with me in my Abundance Reality Shift coaching program. Because in week number 3 of the Abundance Reality Shift coaching program, we're going to dive deep into creating your abundant self-concept, and we will practice with amazing method acting secrets how you can easily step into it. So remember, feel yourself into your new self-concept every day, because in feeling is the secret, Neville Goddard says. Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. Your body is an emotional filter and bears the unmistakable marks of your prevalent emotions. And I know that you are still not using your full potential when it comes to stepping into your new self-concept. I have the feeling that you're still holding back, because I was holding back when I practiced with this for the very first time. And remember what Neville Goddard said. Whenever your feeling is in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. And that's why I asked myself, how would I stand as a millionaire? How would I walk as a millionaire? How would I look at people as a millionaire? And that's why every day I act just as if I am on a movie set, as if the director screams action and I'm gonna go into the character of being the millionaire I want to be. Because I know that when I feel like it, think like it, stand like it, walk like it, talk like it, then I become it. And now there's just one more step left to complete your transformation. And this step is ignored by most people, even people who studied Neville Goddard's work for decades. Because what if I told you that eating a piece of cake, a tiny piece of cake, can make you more abundant? Because it all depends on where you order it. Just like this cake, isn't it cute? And of course, the same is also true if you want to order French fries. In fact, it doesn't matter what you order. All that matters is how you view yourself, others, and the world around you, because this builds your self-concept. And when I had my rough spiritual awakening and I then embarked on my manifestation journey, the world around me was anything but abundant. My one struggling business I had back then was completely crushed by the lockdown. I was struggling financially. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment in an old communist block. So my living environment was anything but abundant. Because my situation back then was kind of like this. I am so abundant. I am so abundant. Is that a cockroach? Yep, that was my reality back then. And back then I knew nothing about, you know nothing, Jon Snow? Oh, I just had to say that. I knew nothing about the impact of your environment on your self-concept. And it works like this. The universe can't give you $1 million if you don't feel comfortable in environments where millionaires hang out. The universe can't give you abundance if you don't feel comfortable in environments that are abundant. And yes, Neville Goddard said, your present concept of yourself is now objectified as your environment. But imagine for a moment you would actively step into a new environment so that your self-concept can change and adapt to this new environment. Don't you think it will be so much easier for you to accept your new self-concept as a millionaire when you are in environments where other millionaires are? And to accept that you are worthy of abundance when you're in environments that scream abundance, that radiate abundance. And that's why I invite you, even though you might not have the money for a big meal, but to at least go to a fancy restaurant, even if you just order French fries. Because that's the Millionaire Move 1000. Because the Millionaire Move 1000 is to complete this transformation by not just stepping mentally and emotionally into this new self-concept, but by also putting yourself actively in these abundant environments. Because then your subconscious mind can truly understand that you are already living in abundance, because your environment radiates abundance. And if you want to become truly abundant, then I invite you to click on the first link in the description to find out more about my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program, that specifically focuses on teaching you all the different manifestation techniques and principles that I used to 20x my income from making $1,000 a month to making $20,000 a month. But of course, everything I just shared with you is completely useless if you don't know how to reach the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And I stayed in the feeling of the wish fulfilled for 365 days in a row, and my life transformed completely. And if you're ready to find out what I learned and what I manifested, you can watch this video next.